What's good, Council of Comics? We've got another edition of Comic Book Pickups. Let's go.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? As soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
So, recently I went to a local comic book shop in my area. And I'm not going to name the name because I have some little discrepancies with that shop. I did pick up some books from there. Didn't count how many books. Let's count that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 12 books. I paid $32 for these 12 books. Alright, $32. At the end of the video, I'm going to put up how much they're worth and what the profit is and all that. That's kind of how these videos will go, because as a comic book collector, we always go to comic shops and we're always trying to pick up stuff. I like to go through the dollar bins or go through the cheap dollar books to see what keys that you can flip. Like maybe you buy it for $2 and say it's worth $10 or $12. It's a profit. Like, you got people out there that want to get these big profits, but they get one of those every now and then. But me, my strategy is more of the little bits, because it's easy for people to spend $10, $12 than it is to spend $75 or $100, which are great, but sometimes that's not all possible. So I'll put up the value for everything. Now, a couple of things before we start. Now, when I went into this comic shop, I had been in there before. I had a $10 gift card from previously buying some stuff in there, and I said, oh, when I get another chance or something, I'll go in there and use this $10 gift card. Well, today was that day. I went in there, I went through their bins again. I kind of took a lot of stuff last time, and this is going back this time to see if there was any more stuff that I could get out of there. Ended up getting some pretty big stuff. Stick around to the end of the video, you see the biggest book that I got out of there. But as I'm going in, I noticed two things. Now, when the first time I went there, they only had one person in the store. I believe it was like a teenager that was definitely under 18. Didn't really know much about anything in the comics, blah, blah, blah. Let that slide. Second time I go in there, again, a different teenager under the age of 18. And then there was like another kid that came in who was even younger. And they were in charge of the store. And to me, that's like, okay, this is the second time I've come here. Is this always like this? Because how are people going to know your comic shop or what you have, or have a conversation if you have people working there that know nothing about these comic books, that know nothing about the things that are in there? You're already knocking back your customer entrance, all that. No, people like me that go to search for these places, like to go in, see what they got, talk to the owner. Hey, how long you had this shop? Oh, it's a really nice shop, blah, blah. And it was a nice shop. Structurally, it's a very nice shop. But I end up not being able to ask anybody in there anything. And it was kind of a little frustrating when I went back to the counter to pay for my stuff. I said, were there any sales or anything going on? Because last time I asked, you get I got like a $10 gift card. So I was wondering if that was happening again. And the young person was just looking at me like they didn't know what I was talking about. They were like, no, da-da-da. I was like, oh, okay, well, last time it did. Oh, well, that might have been something before. I was like, all right, let me just get my stuff and go. So, tip to all you people out there that run comic book shops. Don't put somebody in there that's not knowledgeable about books. Another reason is because somebody's going to come in, like I did, and purchase a book that you did not update, you did not check, and you're going to miss out on some money. That's just how it is. That's how the comic book shop place goes. Now, I'm pretty sure the last book that I'm going to show that you'll see in its value, as soon as they probably would have got to the counter, the guy probably wouldn't be able to do nothing, because if he's a good person, he probably wouldn't be able to change it. Be like, oh, you got away with something good. Or even like, oh, no, this is not the price, blah, blah, blah. So either way, I got in, got my books, and I left. I'm not going to mention the shop. So if you're watching this, and you think it's your shop, take heed. Don't have people working behind the register that don't know nothing about the comic books, because they can't help your customers, they can't engage with your customers, and they might end up costing you money. All right, so let's get into what I got. First up, I got Cloak and Dagger #2. This is the first ongoing series, second series overall. This is a newsstand. I'm a big fan of Cloak and Dagger. The first 4-issue miniseries was phenomenal. It had to deal with homelessness and drug abuse, and I'm just a big fan trying to get all those Cloak and Daggers. This I paid $2 for, but this is a $5 book, so we did good on that. Next up, we got Coyote #1. I was surprised that this wasn't worth as much. It's in pretty good condition. This is from Epic, I believe. Yeah, Epic. I believe down the line it contains an issue where one of the first arts, I believe it's Todd McFarlane, I'm not sure. But I got this for $2. This is about a $5 book. Pretty cool. Next up, I got Thor number 342. This is a classic Walt Simonson. This is during his run. A lot of classic Thor art during this run. Really big fan of this run. Paid $2. This is about a $5 book. Next up, we got a few issues from Mask. Now, some of you might remember Mask, the animated show from back in the days. It's part of the whole Hasbro universe, and it was potentially being sought after to be in a shared universe along with G.I. Joe, Transformers, Visionaries, and so forth. How they were going to get that done, I don't know, and they haven't been off to a successful start. Perhaps this new Transformers movie can jump them into something new, but I have Mask #1, and I just want to get 1 through 10, because that's kind of my thing. I like to get 1 through 10. So we got Mask #6. Paid $1 for it. This is a $12 book in good condition. Very good condition. Mask #7. Paid $1 for it. This is only about a $3 book. I really like those old animated shows like He-Man and Voltron and all that. I like to collect those kind of books. And Mask #8, which is actually, to my surprise, a $20 book. $15 to $20 book in good condition. And I got that for $1 as well. Next up, onto some Conan the Destroyer. This is a newsstand. This is #1. I got this for $2.50. This is about a $10 book. So it's triple your money back on that. Pretty dope. I like collecting these as well, like the movie adaptions and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Next up, we have Daken Dark Wolverine #1. This is his first solo series. It's pretty dope. I believe his first appearance is in Origins. I believe one of those issues, Wolverine Origins. But this is a $10 book that I got for $2.50 in great condition. Great. This is like one of those ones you want to slab, like first appearances and first cameos. Next up, I have Amazing Spider-Man #322. This is a classic Todd McFarlane run. This was during the Assassination Nation plot. This was one of the first books that got me into like reading Spider-Man comics, because the artwork was phenomenal on this. Again, classic Todd McFarlane, so it brings back nostalgia. This I paid $8 for. It's in great condition, but it's about a $15 to $20 book. About a $15 to $20 book, so it's pretty cool. Next up, Beavis and Butthead #2. This book is cool. Look, Beavis, this book is cool. Okay, so so he paid about $2, but it's worth about $15. Yeah, it's worth about $15. It's pretty cool. Shut up, Beavis. Anyway, so it's worth about $15. Again, classic. I just copped the Beavis and Butthead #1, so it was great to find this in great condition. Paid $2 for it. It's worth about $15. Last 2 books on the list. These were big books that I found in the bin that I thought were worth getting. I don't want you to see that other one, because if I pull it, you're going to see it. So I will do this. So you cannot see it. I win. Alright, so this is Alpha Flight #1. This is the first Alpha Flight book. This is back from 1983. They had it there for $15. I paid the $15 because it's about a $25 to $30 book in great condition. Has a dope yellow cover. It's John Byrne, which is a legend. And there are rumors that Alpha Flight will be part of the X-Men stuff that is coming up. Alpha Flight is the Canadian team of mutants. So, yeah. And last but not least, I found this one in the bin. Now, this might drive some of you nutso out there because of speculation with movies and all that other stuff. And I was shocked to see this book. When I saw this book, I had to make sure that I had the right book. So I pulled up my app, said, yep, this is the right book. And it was only there for $1.50. And I was like, wow. And I looked at the counter. I was like, yeah, I'm getting this for $1.50. And it's not like to get over on people, because it's your fault. If you didn't go through your books and you didn't price them properly, that's your fault. I understand if it didn't have a price, then you could bring it up to the counter and they'd be like, oh, this is the price, blah, blah, blah. But once you have a sticker price already on the book, for people to try to change it at the counter, that's a no-no. And that will stop people from coming to your shop every time. But it's also a nice opportunity for people like me that go out and dig, and you find some gems once in a while. You know what I mean? So, this book is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6. This is the first appearance of El Muerto, who is speculated to be played by Bad Bunny in the upcoming Sony Spider-Verse movie. It's died down a little bit, but looking at recent sales, it's worth about $50 in good condition. And this book is in great condition. Maybe those little things right there, put them right through the press. Bam. And this book could get you about $300 to $400 in a 9.8. Because if they do the Bad Bunny movie, they should just do it off of just money purposes anyway, because they're going to make so much money. Because everybody that knows Bad Bunny is going to go out and see that movie. And the Latin community is huge, so probably be a no-brainer to do it. So I see this as the biggest find that we got today, and I'm so happy I was able to get this book at $1.50. So to finish up, I got 12 books. I paid $32 for them. They're worth about $177 altogether, which leaves us with a profit of about $145, which is pretty cool when you go in and spend $32 and you got about $145 worth of stuff. Now, am I going to sell everything? No, because some of these are going to go into my personal collection, or some are just going to hold till they can get more value. But the fact is that you're getting more for your money. Remember, this is all a game. This is just like the stock market. Pick and choose. Books go up, books go down. But in the long run, the key books and the older books have always maintained high value and are just as good, or probably even better, than collecting stocks. So, thank you for watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit that button below. We got tons of other videos on the channel. We got playlists of comic book pickups, reviews of Mandalorian, Andor, Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, so many Last of Us, so many videos down there. We got New Comic Book Day, which is an ongoing series that we do every week. I believe we're up to like episode 42 or 43. So check that out. Remember to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. So, for myself and the rest of the Council of Comics, we thank you for watching. We love you, and we'll check you next time. Peace.